I don't do pickup lines. I do.
Okay, so somebody's tried on you.
I'll think. I'm just gonna make some on the spot.
Oh, so somebody. No. Be honest. You can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I haven't got any. I'll make them up.
Go.
Are you a leaf? Because I'm going to treat you right. Do you want to take a seat because you're about to fall for me? And I don't necessarily need to shine, but I'd like to make you shine. I just enjoy it. It brings me joy. It brings me happiness. Whereas if I walk into a room and I'm a bit like somber and a bit, I don't know, I know that's not going to bring the best out in that person. So then it is authentic, but it is also exhausting because when I go home, I sometimes just like shut down. I'm like, but now my like, not role, but my like existence is based on being this little sunshine to a lot of people. But if it doesn't come from a space where, like, especially if you're writing it doesn't come from a space where you're like, ooh, I can connect to every single piece of word here. I just feel like there's no point in singing it. I think that's also why a lot of my music is almost a bit like, not musical theatre at all, it's not that at all, but it's all quite a lot of storytelling involved. Because for me to connect to a song, I've really got to like feel. That's why I love Chapel Roan so much, just like Queen of Pop.
Hello everyone and welcome to Chai with Rai, a life and culture podcast diving into the mindset and business of being a creative. Hi, I'm your host Rai, and each week I bring you a guest or a fruitful message from the creative industry, all while sipping and spilling some hot chai. Now, if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. If you love this podcast and are streaming this on Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, or wherever you are streaming this from, if you could do me a kind favor and comment, share, and spread the joy. Do all of those delicious things. It organically grows the community and connects us with listeners who haven't tuned in before. And overall, as I always say, it just shares the love. Also, if you haven't done so already, you can now become a patron, aka a supporter of Chai with Rai, by signing up on Patreon for £5, or as I love saying it in this accent, $5.50. Each month, your subscription will help support the show, but also get you exclusive behind-the-scenes footages. I will put the link for the Patreon channel as well as all of the other information mentioned in this podcast in the description of the episode, so make sure to check that out. But without further ado, let's put our couples together for part 1 of a 2-parted episode with actor and musician Kush. Yeah, you are. And a household name.
We are a household name.
Yeah.
You're literally quoting me here.
It's called recycling. It's sustainability.
Well, I'm picking them up. I'm picking all this recycling. I'm putting it back.
All right, should we get into it?
Yeah.
So there's going to be 5 segments to the show.
Hit me with it.
Start with games.
Yes.
Then deep, meaningful conversations. Then a couple more games. And then offering it out to the universe.
The prasad.
The prasad.
Yeah.
The prasad.
I say prasad.
You said prasad. When was the last time you went to temple?
Last time I went to a mandir, does my little family one count, as in like in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, then when I last went to my house, which was like a month ago.
Do you do all your pujas?
I only do puja like with my family. I'm not like my relationship with religion.
Yeah.
I totally believe in a higher being, and I love Hinduism, what it like stands for.
It's okay. I'm not going to get the Hindutva community from India.
I'm being right. I can talk about it. But actually, I've got a really interesting story about this. You're not asked, but I'm going to go into it. So like my relationship with religion is, I believe there's a higher being.
Yes.
I don't know what the religion is, and I still to this day don't know what it is. But I believe there's an energy and there's something vibrating around me. But I'm not saying it's religion, but there's something there. And it's so funny. So I don't really practice being Hindu anymore or any other religion, unless obviously it's Diwali and I'm with my family and we do certain rituals. And I do that because of, I don't know, it's kind of nostalgia for my family, and also it's important to my parents. So I'm happy to do that.
I'm going to take you to Navratri this year.
I do Navratri. I like Navratri.
No, I'm going to take you to Garba.
I am a pro Garba.
Okay, we'll take it.
Where do you do Navratri?
North London, probably. So we'll go. We'll go to a Luana one.
Okay. What's the Luana one?
Luanas are like the bigger ones.
Okay. Can my mum come? She would love it.
Oh, where's she? Where are you guys based?
My mum lives in Aylesbury, which is like north of London.
Okay, so I'm kind of near her.
Yeah, you're actually closer than I am.
Yeah.
My mum loves Garba.
Okay, so we'll go.
And my sister. Okay, let's make it a family thing.
Let's do it. I'm down. Because my lot don't.
Really?
No.
My
So
mum loves
I'm
it.
usually a solo. And I know some people that I'll like go with. But like my favorite thing is to dance with the old women.
Oh, I love
and
it.
just doing Trantali. Do you know what Trantali is?
Is that when you like walk in and you clap out?
3 times.
Yeah.
Just 3 times Trantali. Yeah.
And you just go around in a circle.
Yeah.
Am
I mean, the whole thing is around a circle,
I
but
know.
yes.
I used to just think it was really cool. I was like sort of badass with my sticks. And then I remember being like a 14-year-old and go 1, 2, throw the stick, catch. 4. Do you ever do,
Okay.
do you ever do that?
No.
Yeah, we were quite badass.
Okay.
But yeah,
religion.
no, so I'm not religious anymore. But once again, higher being. But I was doing this thing called tuning. Have you heard of it before?
Tuning into the cosmos of beings, like living pulses of everything that's around you.
Oh, yeah, okay, you do know tuning. Okay, welcome to the party. But one of my like, best friends, Rollo, he was saying, let's do tuning. And I'd never heard of it before. And I was like, doing it. And he was like just tune into what, ask the universe question. So I was just doing it. And it was in the middle of Soho. And I didn't realise there was a Hare Krishna temple in Soho. I didn't even
there is.
And I just didn't know. So I was like, okay, great. He was like, see me in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Let your body take you wherever it's going to take you.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit airy-fairy, so I'm like, yeah, I love this. So then I started tuning, and I started looking around and listening to everything. And I was like, body, I'm just going to walk wherever you walk. And I just started walking, left, right, left. I was like, left, right. Suddenly, I turn up, and it's a Hare Krishna temple.
Yeah.
And I was like, and my body was like, you need to go in. I was like, this is so weird. I went in, and I was like, still don't know why I'm here. And I went to the top floor, and there's a crystal room, because I was like, I'm clearly here for the crystals. I love crystals, I've got it on my neck. I got to the crystal room, but for some reason the crystal room was locked.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I thought I had to be here to buy a crystal. I thought that was the whole thing. So then went down the stairs, and the only room that was open was the mandir. So I just walked in. Walked into mandir, and I just sort of stood there, and I was like, and I just sort of spoke. I was like, right. I said a few questions, and I was like, give me some advice. And then I was like, brilliant. And then my friend Rollo called, and I was like, Rollo, you would not believe where I've just ended up. And then I left, and I was like, yeah, it was quite random, but it was quite nice.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Still do that sometimes?
I should, but I don't do it as enough. But I would do it. I think I've done it a little bit, but not to that extent where I like truly tuned.
So your connection to spirituality today, would you say it's like...
Quite high, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I constantly believe in like spirituality, and I also think spirituality is such a vast subject that you can't really... It's more than just spirit. It's more like the relationship with the energy that surrounds you.
Yes.
Very I believe that also, like, if I walk into a room and I like almost like want to radiate a good energy, often I will radiate that energy because I'm going with intent to be like a warm person. Whereas if I go in with sort of an anxious energy, I feel like people are going to feel that anxious energy. So I know people wouldn't say that's spirituality, that's probably just, I don't know what that could be, but I kind of sort of relate the two together. Yeah.
Nice. No, it can be. It can be faced as intention, but I think like it's like labeling your connection to whatever.
How about you?
If I'm spiritual?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very spiritual. I think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to believe so.
That's good.
There's complexes of things that are happening these days, but I'd like to believe so.
What's your definition of spiritual?
I think like my thing is everything has a beating pulse and everything is cosmically linked, and I think we are also connected to some other things, and sometimes it's about tuning into that, or it's not about tuning into that, or having the perspective to tune into that. So lots of I think spirituality sometimes gets a bad rap because it's caused like this big faff of like whatever you are, whatever you want to be, but I think there's a kindness and a generosity and a respect and a love for it that I very much am like trying to abide by. So yeah, you're right. The word generosity, like spirituality is a very generous thing. It's like just using into the generosity. I like that. Yeah. Games. Shall we do it? So this is called Can You Improv Tho? 4 questions set to times. I love improv. And oh, great then! Oh, you're going to thrive. No, I didn't say I was good at it. I said I enjoyed it. Every single, apart from maybe like 3 guests that have been on this, and we're like in 100, I'm like in the hundreds of episodes, people have not enjoyed any of the improv games. Well, that's not a good sign. So, I know, which makes me want to do it more. Yeah, no, God. Because it makes people cringe. And like the legends that people sometimes are, and making them do improv is just the best thing ever. Okay. Only one person has never done it. Wait, someone said no? Someone said no. And they said they will not do it. So I'm a yes and person. Okay, great. So this is going to be great. So your first question is going to be set to 5 seconds. So you have to answer or do or whatever to 5 seconds. Okay. So as we discussed before, you had a podcast called Gayborhood with Freddie and Martin. I forgot about for a second. You also have a wonderful page, Darling We Need It, Things That You Need, which is kind of like a Pinterest board, I want to say. It's a curation of things I like. Have people bought you things from it? No. I mean, there's the only thing that actually there's like a few things that are mine, like when I did like this table decor, yes, and like the cupboard I bought, and like a green thing that I painted. And the pink, you're talking about the pink table thing outside, right? Yeah, that was at my friend's house. It's called stalking. I know, great stalker. But
yeah, most of it's like stuff I found on Pinterest, I curate and I would love in like my dream existence. But yeah, just it's a nice little place. Sometimes it's nice to just like look at the colours. I love colour theory, so it makes me feel good.
Oh,
yeah.
So maybe we need like imagine if you just get like a sugar daddy or someone just like sending you.
Like then I'll have to buy a new house because that'll have to fit. Otherwise, I can't put it all in my bedroom.
Or imagine they're just like, we're going to, I don't know, the island of Oaxaca.
Oh, chic.
And I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you all of the things that you want.
I don't know. Oh God.
Maybe that's what you need to also put out in the universe as well.
Oh no, I don't think I can have a sugar daddy.
What?
I don't think it's in me. Like, I'm just. I like relationships to have a balance to it.
Do you not like being treated to things?
I love being treated, but I love it to come from
A place of
balance rather than. Obviously, I love gifts. I'm not saying I'm not going to pretend I don't like a gift, but also
you don't like gifts. It's
No,
okay.
I love gifts.
So nobody ever should get you a gift.
No, I
That's
love gifts,
fine. That's okay. We get it.
I hate an imbalance if they're like, oh, well, I just bought you, spent £10,000 on you, so you're going to do what I say.
Oh yeah.
No, you chose to spend £10,000 on me.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it in that sense.
You said it now, it's fine.
I meant it in a different sense. So taking inspiration from both of those things.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Sims world of situation that I'm going to throw you, okay? So you get to design your neighborhood in paradise.
Stunning.
Okay? List 5 things that are going to be in your neighborhood that you will have. Like 5 objects, 5 acts, whatever it is. 5 things in 5 seconds. So 1 for each second. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Chaise longues, a giant glowing plinth, a sun that changes colour, and a garden that's a trampoline.
Chaise longue.
I don't know, they just came to head.
A garden that changes. No, a sun that changes color.
Yeah, so they can just change the colour of the sun that day.
Nice.
Quite
Very
fun.
Teletubby.
Yeah. I don't know why I said chaise longue. It was in my head because
I love a chaise longue.
I know, it's quite chic. Then I said a garden that turns into a trampoline.
Yes.
Quite fun, bouncy grass.
Have you seen the show where? Oh my god, what is it?
It's called A Good Place.
Yes! Ah! How did you know?
That's what I thought about because Good Place is one of my favourite TV programs.
Good Place is so good. The last season kind of a letdown.
No, actually, the season before the last season was a bit of a letdown, and then it did
really?
it did this like woo.
Yeah, because they go back into the real world and then they.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want it to be in a good place.
But I like the judge. I like Maya Rudolph. I think
love-
she is so hilarious.
She is just perfect. Everything she does is perfect.
Do you watch SNL?
Yeah, I love SNL.
Ugh.
I always like all the actors from SNL that end up doing like television.
Yes.
I'm always hooked.
30 Rock.
I haven't watched that yet, but I need to watch it.
Parks and Recreation.
Parks.
Isn't it great? I've recently just started rewatching it.
I'm not much of a rewatcher, but Parks and Rec I could watch just constantly.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love what's her name, Leslie. I mean,
Leslie
all of
Knope.
them actually. Who's a really
Aubrey
sarcastic
Plaza?
one? Aubrey Plaza is stunning.
Do you remember that scene when she's like, Jennifer, my name is Jennifer.
Yeah,
Who's Martin? I need to go to his class. You need to get me in.
But I always get compared to, you know who I'm going to say.
Who?
Treat yourself.
Oh yes, I can see that. Aziz Ansari.
I am always like, I am Aziz Ansari in my workplace. I'm always like, guys, I get sometimes I'm in charge of the speaker in the office. I'm like, guys, let's put some fun music on because we're going to treat us. I'm like, no one really gets it. But
Do you get the tannoy? Because like having front of house.
I would do that.
Did you ever used to do, like, what is your intro? Because, like, ours used to be like, good morning, blah, 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 blah. If you're here for your class with so-and-so, this is your 5. Did you ever used to, like, riff off and do random stuff?
No, I never did that. Wait, for like when I did shows?
No, tannoy announcements
When did
at
you
Barry's.
We don't do tannoy announcements.
You guys don't do that?
No.
So people just know to go in, like, 5 minutes after?
No,
or
because
before?
the doors are shut and then you go, the doors open and the trainer goes, hello, welcome to class.
And they're on speaker?
They've got their mic on, yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Barry's class in a while.
I know, when you just come, I'll book you in.
Last time I went to the one, is it the one opposite Euston?
Yeah, Central, that's our original one.
Yeah, that's the one that I've been to.
The OG.
Yeah, that one's a cute one.
How are my answers? I think they were quite good
That
answers.
was really good. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
For 5 seconds, you
I was a bit
it.
slow. Oh, I said a glowing plinth.
Yes.
I don't really know what that means.
A plinth that glows.
I don't know why I picked that, but...
That's okay.
It's just
Maybe there's like a balancing beam to get to your neighborhood.
I just pictured it would be just something quite like, it's almost like meditative, like this thing just goes,
Nice.
quite glowing.
Do you remember the other ones?
What did I say?
I've even forgotten. Sun, I remember. Chaise, I remember. Trampoline, I remember. Plinth.
Plinth, that's
And there was
fine.
something else. I'm sure it'll come back. You can do this. Should we move on to the next
Yeah,
question?
go for it.
All right. This is your 10 seconds question. Boogeyman, which I watched last night. You have this beautiful line in it. And I think it's your opening line, which you say when you are discussing Stephanie, as you've met her. You look in the mirror and you say, you look good. Maybe I could take you out for a frappuccino. I'd like to take you out for a dance. You're basically practicing pickup lines. A mochaccino, a lavacino. Yeah, I can make of those.
I improv that line.
You improv that?
Yeah, that was all my improv.
You made the whole script, right?
No, but I improv that. That first mirror scene was all improv.
And did you get credit?
No, I didn't, sadly. I was actually quite bad in that, actually, with the script. I'll tell you later about that later.
So you say that and take your inspiration for that. In 10 seconds, give me the best 3 pickup lines. Now you can choose that either you have tried on someone.
I don't do that.
On an app or in person, or someone has tried on you on an app or in person. I don't know why I'm doing physical.
I don't do pickup lines at all.
You can do this. Come on. You can't be lying about it. Come on.
I don't do pickup lines.
Okay, so somebody's tried on you.
I'm just gonna make someone on the spot.
Oh, so somebody. No. Be honest. You can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I haven't got any. I'll make them up.
Go.
Are you a leaf? Because I'm going to treat you right. Do you want to take a seat? Because you're about to fall for me. And I'm going to think of another one. The closest to a pickup line I've ever done is I was in a bar and a guy looked at me. I looked at him and I was like, oh, handsome. Then I did a double look, and then this makes me sound a bit slutty. Actually, this actually did happen.
That's okay.
Where
this gets very sexual and slutty sometimes.
This was when I was like twinky and a bit cute on, so I didn't care about picking people up. So I was on the tube, a bit drunk on a night home. Yeah. And this guy looked at me on the tube, and I looked at him, and I was like, oh, he's quite hot. Did like a double again, and then we both got off at the same thing, and I was like, oh. What brings you to this stop? And he was like, oh, it's where I live here. I said, how's your night been? He goes, it's my birthday. I went, I go, fuck. I said something like, oh.
You said, oh, fuck.
I think I said something like, oh, great, I better give you a birthday treat. And then we went straight to his house. It was something along the lines of that. It was much smoother. But yeah, it was smooth.
Wow.
I got off the tube into the house. Wow, I've got past people. If you're watching this, I've got past.
Are you single right now? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm single, going on dates with someone.
Okay, cool. Would you be interested?
Well, I am single technically, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is trying to get people to get like dirty DMs in there, because a lot of people that like I get on the show, nobody gets, like, everybody's like, oh, I don't get like really bad DMs and things like that. I'm like, you're shitting me.
No, I definitely I'm quite good if I'm like dating someone or going on dates. I'm quite cold like when I'm single. I'm like, if someone dirty DMs me, I'm like cheeky. But then if I'm dating someone and they do it, I just go, I actually once said to someone, can you not send that, please? Because it was kind of also, they just sent me a picture, didn't ask for like consent of like, I'm about to send you a nude. And I was like on a tube and I was like, ooh. I was like, can you not do that?
My favorite thing is opening them up when there's like an old hijabi woman sitting next to me.
You like to prod, don't you? You're a prodder. I can sense this.
My favorite thing is as well, I still get dirty messages and I'm just like, I get bored.
Do you?
I really get bored, and sometimes I just play along. But the best thing is to play along.
Yeah.
I really find it so fucking so interesting. The amount of sex stories that I have to tell about people.
Really, but I've been basically single for like my entire life, bar like 2 people, right? So I guess I haven't quite worked out how to be chill or like in a relationship, like how I'm going to be as a boyfriend. I haven't quite worked out what kind of boyfriend I am. If I'm super cool and chilled, or if I'm.
But it comes out of the things that you want as a person. I think like sometimes in a relationship, yes, the dynamic ends up doing all of that, but as long as you know what you desire and what you want out of it, just as a person alone, because a relationship is kind of similar to like the dynamic you might have with your family or your friends or your work colleagues and things like that. It's just much more tender and much more intimate in a different way.
Valid, I'll give you that.
So
I'll give you that.
Yeah, let me know when these dates transpire into something else.
Man, the love of my life.
The love of my life.
I'm so romantic that I'm not very good at doing things half-heartedly. So if you're going on a picnic with me, I've got the whole fucking board. I've got board, I've got blanket, I've got baskets, I've got flowers. I'm not chill.
Okay, interesting then. I'm intrigued to know. All right, your 50-second question. These are turning into long things. 50 seconds questions. Through my research on you, I found that you were managed once by Jerry Halliwell.
It was, yeah.
Was that X1X?
XIX.
XIX.
Yeah.
Is that the company? Oh, cool. And then also, you've been in the industry since the age of 4 and discussing your story about your mum, Anjana Ben. I don't know why I'm making a Gujarati.
Why is she in Gujarati?
Anjana Ben.
The truth was, I grew up with loads of like Aylesbury is a really big Gujarati community.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking over the world. To be honest, a lot of the industry brown people are good Jews.
Really?
So many good Jews. I mean, I think right now there's a wave of other people coming in, but back in the day,
I've not
there's a
seen
lot.
any Gujarati in like the acting community yet.
Okay, I'll introduce you to some.
Oh, but
And then you'll be like, oh, they're good Jews.
yeah, maybe we've just never spoken about it.
Yeah, lots of them don't like speak about the fact they're Gujarati.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, yo,
But yeah.
fellow brown
So
person.
Anjana Ben used to make your costumes in India and used to take you to dance classes.
Yeah.
Talked about your first film, Patiala House, and then how you got into it. And I love this quote that you did in a podcast that I listened to. I think it was the last one,
Yeah.
which was Tribe Talk. And you ended with that you just want to be a pop star. And this is your quote. You say, I just want a reason to sing and to sing to someone. Which I thought was really sweet.
Quite a simplistic quote from me, but
Isn't that beautiful? So with that in mind, in 15 seconds, list 3 pop culture moments that impacted your life and why. And go.
I can't think of any pop culture moments right now. I can't think of any. I'm not very good on when pop culture I forget. Remember I said to you I forget like these things. I couldn't even tell you one. Some completely frozen. Pop culture. There's not a single pop culture moment I can like chain off.
But
now.
has pop culture... Okay, that's the end of the 15 seconds. Has a pop culture moment defined or like impacted or has like stood out to you?
Clearly not, because I can't remember any of them.
That's okay.
I don't think any pop culture moment is like... I'm a bad gay in that sense. Like I love pop culture.
Yeah.
I'm so here for it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But I've never looked at pop culture and gone, woo, you've really changed my life. I don't know. I guess a modern one is like Troye Sivan and him owning his queerness and just being so cool and a bit sexy.
I thought you were talking about Sam Smith.
Pardon?
I thought you were talking about Sam Smith since you wrote such a lovely post about him.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. When did I write lovely
On
posts?
3rd of January 2020, you write this. Jokes aside, full transparency. I've given up of the thought of working in the music industry. It's literally pinned. It's the 3rd towel on your
Yeah,
Instagram.
no, what am I writing about? I wrote, this song is written about, I go, this song's about me. The Diamond's written about me. Expensive and hard.
No, yes.
That's what the real quote's about. But where do I talk about Sam Smith?
No, but it is by Sam Smith. Like, I took it as like this song, the depths of this song has somehow inspired your journey.
Read me the quote.
No, but I am looking at the buy-through of the lines.
No, I'm going to read it. Wait, where is it? I'm going to read it right now. Bear with, listeners.
Bear with.
Bear with.
Listen, we have to move on to 30 seconds.
Jokes aside, full transparency, I'd given up with the thought.
Also, no, wait, because there's a question that's coming in regards to that quote later.
Okay, hear me out.
I thought, but then why did you post Sam Smith's video? Like,
it's me covering the song.
Yeah, but like there's an intention behind it that links to the quote, is all I'm trying to say.
So no, I'm questioning here. I'm actually I'm going to read this just to see what we got.
No, but the quote is coming later on, so you can talk about it later.
Okay, great.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this was more about me hosting my own first headline show.
Got it.
The song I happened to be, I could have posted any of the videos.
I
just
thought
sounded
there's
best
a
in that
link.
video.
So you, why did, okay, great.
I just sounded best in that video, personally.
Okay, got it.
And also it kind of had the crowd.
I thought it was also because it was relevant then maybe as well.
No, I mean, Sam Smith's music is fantastic. So like,
No, I'm joking.
I think his music's very good.
I like the depressed Sam.
Oh yeah, I love that Sam. But obviously, Sam is becoming
Yeah, Sam is great. You know, at one point there was a dream of mine.
to be Sam Smith.
No, to be in a music video with Sam Smith.
You can make it happen.
I could, but I don't know if that'll happen now.
Why not?
I feel like Sam likes muscles in their videos.
Oh yeah, it's an interesting thing actually of like.
And so does Troy.
No, Troy is actually. Troy is very Australian with his like.
So, you know, it's fine. That's
Yeah.
the music industry. It's fine. 30 seconds. Let's
Sorry.
finish this game. Okay, so speaking of music, music is a massive thing. And I watched 3 of your projects and I was like, is he doing a music video song in every single one of his projects?
They always ask me to do it actually.
I was like, that's becoming a niche. So maybe he's living his pop star dream life through those projects.
You're so right. Every single movie I've done like a basic music in every single one.
Yeah. Or sang in it. Well, actually, no, you have sang in all of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's really great. Temple, Boogeyman, Lime Green. So, and I also know the story, which was really fun, about how you got into Barry's, which was through a song, how you met Gemma. You were
Yeah,
singing
through
on the
my
street.
band, yeah.
Exactly. So, keeping that in mind, you're going to make an original song.
Oh god, I should have warmed up.
And also talking about the fact that you love dancing, you're going to do an interpretive dance whilst you're singing.
Is Jeff Space here?
You can do a sitting. You can just move your body from wherever you want to. But the condition is that you have to include these 3 words into your song. So it gives you premise.
Well, you want me to write a melody and
You can do this.
and lyrics?
This is great.
Okay,
This is
give me
great
3
for you.
words. Hit me with them.
The words are blabbering, jive,
Oh God, these are horrible words. Jive.
and because you're so musical, arpeggio.
You can't see my face right now. I'm giving you a dirty look.
It's okay. There will be a video of this that they can see, which is on Spotify and YouTube.
I can't even spell arpeggio. I spelled it like a 4-year-old.
That's okay.
Arpeggio.
So 30 seconds to create an innovative melody that has not been done, an innovative interpretive dance to that, including the words
Blabbering.
blabbering.
I kept my handwriting. Blabbering, jive, arpeggio.
Okay, do you need vocal skill? Should I get you got it? In 3,
It's hard.
2, do it to the camera if you want to. I'll get out. So you have the entire space. In 3, 2, 1, go.
It's going to be so musical.
Take 1.
I'm a blabbering mess. You jive me to make me depressed. The music is like an arpeggio, but baby, you just have to let me go. That is it. I've just given you a really lovely song.
There's 5 seconds left.
That was good.
That was really nice.
Considering.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Shit, I just thought
What happened?
I mean, I didn't say the singing was
Sorry.
good. Actually, for lyrics on the spot with a melody.
I thought that was really good.
Do you like my melody? Like, went really quite deep there. Like, I'm not doing it to jive you. I'm a blabbering mess.
So we're going to start with music. And one thing that I really found interesting is that you have such a vibrant, like, allure to life personality, but your music has such like a
Darkness.
depth or like void. And yeah, I connected it to some of the things, 2 of the things that you talked about, which one of them was going to be to the fact of the music industry and imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
On that. But also the fact that when one is writing for that place, where does that come from? And in the emotion of delivering that. Because from an acting perspective, when you're going into the world of the script, or there's an on switch and an off switch, but in a performance perspective for music.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm correct in saying you don't have an EP or an album, these are just individual tracks.
I actually do have an EP, it's just never going to be released.
But these singles that have just been released, they're just singles.
Yeah.
So there's not a melodic or like a conceptual theme, but other than the fact that they're like really emotional, really voidful, and have like a thing to offer. And I'm just intrigued to know how the process of that comes about, and where does that come about for when you have the opposition of that.
My personality is like, "Wah!"
Yeah. And how do you sustain that when you're performing it live or delivering those?
Well, it's weird. Actually, my EP that I've got, it's on my SoundCloud. You can listen to it. It's in order.
Yes, it is. I've got it right here.
Do. Is it in order? Let me just double check. Little birdie, land a little rain. Oh, that's actually developed. Oh, actually, I need to move them around. Actually, it's not in order.
I'll link that in the bio.
It's not in order, but yeah, you can have a listen. It's actually, so interestingly, I don't know why. I'm obviously a very confident, joyful person. However, a lot of it comes from, I don't know, I think a lot of my friends are what I'd call the nuclear good looking, shall we say. What society say is, on the book, it's good looking, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying either way. I do find a lot, they're very beautiful in that sense. So I've always found myself having to not create a character. And people say this all the time, I'm the funny one. I don't think I'm the funny one. But I like to give people a reason of like why I belong in this space. I don't know where that comes from. It comes from maybe society growing up, but I need to give people like, I can sit in this space in my own sense and offer maybe what they don't offer, I can offer in a different light. I don't know what that means, but I kind of know how it feels. So I kind of, where am I going with this? I kind of, not portray, I'm still very honest and authentic, but like there's sort of a dark loneliness in me. Like I've been single most of my life, but my main sort of goal in life, and I've actually got the back of my phone, which is I'll make everyone I meet feel brilliant, beautiful and bright, leave them feeling warmer than they ever felt before. So I think my purpose in life has always been to connect with the people I'm around, but also to like bring warmth to the people I'm with. Like I don't necessarily need to shine, but I like to make you shine. I just enjoy it. It brings me joy, it brings me happiness. Whereas if I walk into a room and I'm a bit like somber and a bit like, I know that's not going to bring the best out in that person. So then it is authentic, but it is also exhausting, because when I go home, I sometimes just like shut down. I'm like, but now my like, not role, but my like existence is based on being this little sunshine to a lot of people, that I now know if I ever wanted to like turn that sunshine off, they'd be like, it's happened before, like at work when I'm having a bit of a down day. It happens like twice a month where I'm like miserable. And my work are like, are you okay, Kush? I'm like, oh no, I'm just having a quiet day. But then suddenly the impact of me being quiet seems to affect everyone in the office. And I'm like, oh God, I can't even take a quiet day because now all of you are thinking that I'm miserable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's just happened. And also like when I songwrite, actually all those songs, the way I songwrite is I actually walk into a room and I pick a book from bookshelf, except for Little Birdie, actually that's a little different. But all of them, they're all books from a bookshelf. I've opened the book and gone, let's write a song. But I always relate them to my life. I think like one of them is called Developing, and that was a book about social media. And so everything sort of links to me deeply. So like Developing, it's called like, the concept of it is we feel, so like the chorus is, we feel only through the lens of other eyes, feeling loved yet, yeah, no surprise, no one's left to hold you tonight. Which is like, we are so desperate for likes on Instagram. Like, but, so back in the day we developed photos, but now we just develop lies. And that's the concept of it. And I think actually that's a lot of what my life is looked at. I'm like, oh God, like on social media, I'm just like, everything's colourful and bright. And like, you must, as you know, when you've got all these things, like, you need to make content. You need to, if you want to be a singer, you need to put things out. You need to be advertising yourself. I hate that side of it as a creator. And a lot of artists hate that too. I just want to create and let it flourish. But then that just doesn't work anymore. So yeah, I'm just going to.
So may I ask two questions in regards to that? Which is, I'm then intrigued to know, which is a question that I ask later on, but I think I'm going to word it maybe different. But right now, then the sustainability of delivering that and just giving, what things fuel you for it? Because basically, I'm not trying to ask like what brings you joy, or like what, like how, who are the people, or like what things make you warm, give you that sunshine, give you that things. But what are the things that fuel that for you then? Because there is a thing of like, if you think about it factually, spiritually anyway, if you're just giving, yes, there's a bountifulness that happens through the joy of other people, but you also need to, you're a vessel at the end of the day that can't just run on empty. So
I don't know, I've got this like weird surplus of energy, and like I can't explain it. I'm just like,
do you want that? Do you desire that?
I guess it like, if you like break it down deeper, I guess it links to like the feeling of wanting to be liked or wanted. Like deep down, it's all about like self-worth, and that's like the crux of it, right? So if a friend is like enjoying your company, and if a friend like calls you up and wants advice from you, or like you've got worth to them, right? Not like financial.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
And I think that makes me like feel quite good. I like being needed or wanted by my friends.
Got it.
And I love helping them. It brings me joy as well, being like, let's do like, I don't know, I enjoy it. I can't.
Do you gravitate towards people then that have that aspect to be wanted?
No, because so this is now I'm going to be completely contradicting.
Yeah.
I also hate it when people need me.
And do you hate then also when people are there for you?
I don't really ask many people to be there for me, but there's a balance to it, right? But like, this is what I often find in relationships. If I've got friends who are like demanding my time every week, like let's go for lunch every week, I'm like, no.
That's too much.
Too much. But I'm a bit like Nanny McPhee. When you want me, whatever the saying. When you want me, when you need me. When you need me, I'll be there. When you don't want me.
Yeah.
But I know the people I gravitate to, they're like super special people.
Got it.
They're like these. I call them sparklies.
Sparklies.
Yeah, they're like sparkly personalities.
It's the story in Sparkly Store.
Sparkly stories. I really gravitate to sparkly people, and I can't tell you who is sparkly. I can tell you all my friends who are sparkly. There's something about them. They've got like this pulse.
Yeah.
This excitement. It could be this sadness, but there's a sparkle pulse to them. And all my closest friends have that like sparkle, which I then sometimes feel bad if someone hasn't got the sparkle. But not some might be sparkly to somebody else. I'm not saying, I think everyone's got a sparkle to someone. But like, I'll just see it and I'm like, they're sort of glimmering, and I'm like, oh, there's something, they excite me. They inspire me. Their drive makes me feel driven, or like their creativity makes me feel creative. So once again, it's still a balance. It's the yin and the yang of like the connection. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're sparkly.
Thank you.
I think you're sparkly.
Sparkly.
You're sparkly.
Sparkly. Thank you so much. Back at you. Let's. I want to dive into the moment right now, but I've got musical questions because I want to stay on music as well. I was really interested in this relationship that you discussed with your family, and you talked about the relationship of being in the arts, and I felt like in the podcast, like maybe. I don't know if they were trying to find a sob story, or maybe they were trying to understand the championing of it, because a lot of us who are in the arts are often not championed by our initial nucleus, which is our families for a lot of us. And it's deemed, and you talked about this wonderful thing where now you've gotten to a point in your life where your mum and dad are also saying to you that, hey, have you thought about doing this course? And I don't know if that conversation is still around or not.
Occasionally, yeah.
But that's also part of like growth and their evolution and where they're at and seeing how you are. But I was just interested to know this question, which is like, for music being so special to you and the rhythm of it and the beat of it, because it really like it flows from the very minute things that I know about you. I was intrigued to know, what was your first exposure to that?
To music?
To however you want to interpret that question. And is there a moment of music or your creative expression that you have shared with them that really brings you tenderness and heartfeltness that is like not explainable by anything else?
Yeah, okay, so, well, my first ever music cut through was actually, so I grew up in my mum's kitchen cooking with her. I loved it. I'm really close to my mum. And my mum's a classical Indian music, that's what she's trained in. And
like Carnatic music?
Yeah. And so she also used to teach Bharatanatyam to random girls when I was at school, and she's like, they'd come and they'd do it in the conservatory. But I learned to sing with my mum, and it was actually like she'd do Abija. That's how she taught me to sing, was that song. Because it'd be like, Abija, Abija. And I'd go, Abi, and she's like, ah.
So she's just teaching you the Sarigama Pani.
We never let this, she tried to, but I found that boring. So she had to like teach me like, and I'd like be constant, she'd be like, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing it. So that's where I kind of learnt music. And I also, so I now like relate music with relationship with my mum and moments in the kitchen, and also Indian tone. I think it makes me so sad. That's why I love Priya Raghu. It makes me so sad to not see more Indians in the pop commercial world. Because Indian tone, when they sing English music as well, especially. Yeah. It's out of this world. It's like this tone that just sits. But we don't seem to be in that industry very much, which I don't know why.
We are behind the scenes.
I don't want to be behind the scenes anymore. We should be in front of those scenes.
I mean, there are some of us.
Yeah, slowly.
Yeah.
I want to be seeing like, I want to see it like, it's amazing. I love like the black community. It's so incredible, like supporting and championing each other, right? How many Indian pop stars have you seen? Like in the Western commercial world?
Agreed.
I mean, like for example, the people I slept on, like Priya Raghu, sensational. She should be one of those big girly pop girlies. But I don't know why. Maybe there's a rumbling happening. Or maybe we'll be part of the change. So yeah, my relationship with music is there. And then I guess also I used to do a lot of dance. I'd be told to dance at every Indian function. And it was always a time where like my mum and dad are really proud of me. They're like, I'm almost like this trophy child. Like, look at him do this. And I guess I really, like the only poignant moment, I guess, except for every time I have any family over, my dad puts Boogeyman on television. Every time we have family, he's like, puts it on. Was I auditioned for X Factor, like 9 years ago?
I have not seen this.
Yeah, I don't talk about it. It's like a horrible time.
Exclusive. It's
a horrible time in my life. I hated it.
This was during Sharon Osbourne's year?
No, it was Rita Ora, Nick Grimshaw year.
Oh, that is... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you did that.
Well, it's on YouTube. You can watch one of the songs.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, okay. But I remember there was a moment, because my whole storyline, which they actually cut that part of the storyline, but they went with a different one, which is really interesting, was we were going to surprise your parents on the stage.
Oh!
Which is like overdone, but you're young and fresh. You're like, oh my God, it's amazing. And I remember doing it. It was just... I remember seeing my dad's and my mum's face, and they were like crying. And I was like... oh, this is really special to me. And I was like, that's a kind of moment where, because dads don't cry very often.
No.
So that was really nice. I really enjoyed that.
Nice. Also, how many, just one sibling?
So I've got an older actual sibling, Jaya, my older sister.
Yeah.
And then my younger, she's my biggest fan. I love her so much. And then my younger cousin sister is also like my sister. So my dad's brother, my chacha chachi, their daughter had an only child, but growing up, me and Sarah were like the best friends.
Soraya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Joe and Saraya.
Huh? That's a very...
It's quite rounded. Just rounded.
Yeah, it's a very rounded, like, Surma name. Back to music. Do you want to read your quote before I ask you the question?
Which one?
The jokes aside one.
I say a lot of quotes, by the way, on these podcasts. Sometimes I say really profound things. Sometimes I say really
Yeah, so the
simple.
quote becomes the title, by the way. So if we get a good quote, that becomes the title. But do you want to read
Should I
out
give you
your
my
massive...
quote? Should I give you the quote?
No,
Really...
it has to become organic. You can't just like be on brum bum ch.
Okay, I'm going to be ready to like throw that quote in it. It's gonna be
But the jokes aside one, go on, read it, because the following questions will go according to that.
Okay, this song, written by Sam Smith, was based on me. Diamonds, expensive and hard.
Do you want to read it into the mic?
I'm going to actually do it like...
As you do it in your bass.
Welcome to the Car Map. Welcome to the Car Map. Jokes aside, full transparency, I'd given up the thought of working in the music industry after a number of roles and was willing to throw it in the bag last year. Then when I began writing again, I remembered that writing music and creating shows is just what I have to do because it's the only thing that feels right.
Why do you sound like you're in the crowd?
Because that's what I'm doing, going with. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be sharing some videos. Oh my God, I actually didn't show any more after that. In the coming weeks, I'm going to be sharing some videos of my first headline show. And here's the first of those featuring some of the most wonderfully gorgeous and supportive people that I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by. Thank you. I think I'd be really good on Car Map.
I think you will as well.
So breathe in. Breathe out.
That is the outro of the show, by the way.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I just did it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's called Breathe In, Breathe Out, Now Must Go, which means now I must go.
Oh, I know.
And that is copyright.
Yeah, okay, well, I just said it.
Protect my IPO intellectual property before it gets stolen.
Stolen.
Try and steal it, bitches. So my question to you was that, which is, we all know the status of the music industry and the 365 deals that are usually offered.
365, Charlie XCX.
I was intrigued to know your relationship to music and what you have learned from music.
Okay.
And vice versa, as I charge my laptop.
So when I was first signed, I was much younger, and obviously when you're being managed by like the big dogs of the industry, the Simon Fullers, the Jerry Halliwells, like you kind of sold a dream a little bit. You're like, yeah. But one thing I do thank them for is Jerry does teach you. I mean, she used to help me with marketing. She's taught me how to brand. Like I take all of that, like branding, marketing, knowing who you are, what you have to offer. Also, she sort of teaches you. I'm not saying I'm a star, but that's one of the big trainings they do is like teach you how to be a star in the sense of like how to have a presence in the room. That's almost, I guess, untrainable, but whatever she was doing, she was like...
That's valuable.
It's valuable, yeah. I don't know if it's worked. I don't know if I already had whatever I had and then she's offered more, if I've had nothing or I've got worse. I don't know. But it felt right because she made you feel so special. So you could pocket that in and take it. One thing I sort of learned within that music industry, I guess, was whatever you put out, it has to be authentic to you. You could be told to release left, right and centre, release this sound, do this sort of song. If it's not authentic to you, the crowd know, the audience know when it's not authentic. So yeah, you just have to be really truthful what you put out there. And that's why sometimes I write a lot of sad songs. I've written some like happy songs, but if it doesn't come from a space where, like, especially if you're writing it doesn't come from a space where you're like, ooh, I can connect to every single piece of word here. I just feel like there's no point in singing it. I think that's also why a lot of my music is almost a bit like, not musical theatre at all, it's not that at all, but it's all quite a lot of storytelling involved. Because for me to connect to a song, I've really got to like feel. That's why I love Chapel Roan so much, just like Queen of Pop. Yeah, and I guess my relationship with music now is, I used to think to be a successful musician, you had to be a big superstar. But actually sometimes being successful was like, my first question is, what is success to you? And if success to you is being able to walk in the room and be like, I'm so authentic to myself and I'm going to just give you what you're going to get and I hope you love it. Great. And for me now, I guess I have got the power in my own music because I will choose when I want to release it. I'll really choose what I want to do with it.
You're not signed to a label, right?
I'm not signed to it.
Yeah.
I don't plan on being signed either. That's why I've got all my music for free to listen to.
But you don't have a distribution deal as well? Because I know through Spotify and through other places,
Yeah.
like you can have a distribution deal, like...
I guess it's kind of that. I don't really pay attention to the operations of it.
Yeah.
I just let it do what it's got to do. Even like with the Lime Green Shirt, when we wrote the song, I was like, I'll put it on Lime, I'll put it and it looks great. And I love the song. I really love the song. But I just can't like be this promo machine to be like, where is... I've got like some songs I'd love to do a music video for, but I haven't got the money to just suddenly like put towards a music video that's not going to make me any money. What I would like to do if I had to go back in the music world would be to be a writer, like almost like a silent writer for things, and then like hand it over to people. But yeah, I think I've lost my want to be a pop star, but I haven't lost my want as much as I thought I had. I haven't lost my want to sing for people. I still get a lot of pleasure. You see on my Instagram, I upload random like singing videos. So a lot of people might be like, I thought you quit singing. Like, why are you still uploading singing videos? It's because it brings me joy still to sing for people and to evoke some form of emotion. I want you to cry. I want you to laugh. I want to like prod that thing in you. So yeah, I think that's what my relationship with music is now.
So you've quit the business, but you haven't quit.
I don't know if you ever truly quit the business.
Yeah.
I don't think there's such thing because...
I think you quit the operations of the business, like a specific subscription to it.
Yeah, okay, I've quit that.
And I think you go back to the essence of where you want to come from.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things, because sometimes when you're in the loop of it, that's what so you kind of decode that once you kind of find out, oh, this is not my path.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, right, actually, I decoded it. But then again, if Chapel Roan was like, can you come support my tour? I'd be like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, but I don't know if that would be like as a subscription thing. I think that would be through your passions, right?
Oh, yeah, so right, yeah, one's going to get to sing to people. Yeah, that's what I care about.
So...
Yeah, I also don't like forced, like if someone says, Uncle, can you go sing, sorry to my dad, Uncle, can you go sing over there for that group? I'm like, no, I don't want to sing over there for the family. Like, because I also, this is nothing, I only like to sing for people who really appreciate music.
Got it.
I once had to do a gig, and this is another reason I stopped gigging.
Do you not gig anymore?
No. I only gig unless if I'm hosting it, it's my night, and you're coming to watch me sing.
Ah.
Or if you're coming to watch people sing.
Got it.
My last gig, a gig before the gig, when I got paid for, was a singles night. So everyone's just there talking to like a dating site.
Yeah.
Not site, sorry, it's event. I was singing, I was like, I am pouring my heart out to all of you here, and no one is here to listen to me. And I was like, this feels really crap.
Have you done a gig this year?
No, I don't gig anymore.
Can you give me your hand? You will gig by the end of the year.
But do I want to gig at the end of the year?
Whatever that takes shape and form in.
I'm pinky promising you here, but I don't know if I want to.
Whatever shape that takes place in.
Okay,
whether
fine.
That's for like 2 friends at your flat.
I'm definitely not doing that.
Or whether that is at Barry's, or whether that is wherever. Just try.
Okay, I'll try.
That's it.
Okay. It's like we're doing puja. People listening, we were just doing puja.
Yeah. Or watching. Okay.
Or watching.
Yeah.
Weirdest angle here.
It's okay. Did it?
Also, anyone watching, I'm so sorry about this overhead lighting. I didn't plan this.
Sorry, I didn't as well. But it's okay. It's I recently learned about in filming that there's a thing called the triangle, which is some film directors really look for it, that when your face is in a specific light, it shows. So you know how in music theory, there are certain codes that pull on our genetic to feel a specific way, like certain songs that are like, as soon as the first quote hits.
Oh.
Like the first bar of it, you know how that's going to make you feel.
Yeah.
Similar to that is to do with lighting as well. As you're in the dark, and you know what that angle is going to do for you. You know what that lighting is going to do for you.
When lighting is on me, I kind of know how to find light.
If Top Model taught us anything, it's where to find the light.
I learned a lot from America's Top Model.
Did we all?
Yeah.
Did we all?
Are you quite good at finding your light on camera?
I have been away from the camera, so I will say if I'm in front of it now,
I think you'll be able to find it.
It'll be interesting too, but
Yeah.
I don't know if, yeah.
I love it. God, also, you remind me of The Triangle of Sadness. Have you seen it?
Such a fucking good film. I thought it was going to be a piece of shit.
I loved part 1 and part 3. Part 2, I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Stop throwing up.
But it needed to exist in order to get to part 3.
Yeah, I know.
So
but
it serves a story. It serves a purpose.
It needed to be 10 minutes shorter, that section.
Yeah, but I think it needed to be longer and smarter.
Maybe smarter. But I was watching it and I was like, oh, God, I can't watch more people throw up.
No. But I did enjoy Saltburn. Saltburn, again, was also another film that I thought was going to be a piece of shit, but it turned out to be actually really joyful.
I quite like Salt 1 and 2, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes I live a life that's a bit salt-burny, actually.
What, the end part, right?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
That's the end part that I only want. My favourite quote still will be that I once tried to be a lesbian, too wet.
Oh my God, yeah. What she say? Too much skin or something?
I think she said too wet.
Too wet, that's it. I once tried to be a lesbian. Too wet.
Too wet.
I love her so much.
Or was it the sister is sexually incompetence or something like that?
But no, she is not sexually incompetent.
There was something about, what was it?
You remember I said to you at the beginning of this, I can't remember
yes,
quotes.
sorry.
I can't remember quotes, I can't remember names of characters.
That's okay. We'll finish off 2 questions of music and then we'll go back to it, which is, I'm intrigued to know that, well, actually, no, we can't really talk. It's going to be on sustainability.
I can talk about sustainability.
So I was intrigued to know the sustainability of...
Wait, why can't we talk about sustainability?
Because you just said you stopped gigging and you... And you don't care about money.
Yes, I care about money.
You care about money overall, but not in music.
Yeah.
Unless you get asked to headline a Glastonbury.
And then which I'd love to headline.
Which you'll be like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
50 million, please.
I mean, I think when you do Glastonbury, you do it for free a lot of the time.
Well, now you do. You have side deals.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I guess I could look, pay me, don't I wear the outfit?
Well, also so let's say you're doing it for free, then like what Beyonce did, like you can, like Coachella, you can release an album, a live album, and then she made a documentary that got picked up by Netflix, so that she did, and then you get sponsored by brands to be there, so that takes care of that. So like this offshoots.
Okay, I'll make some money from Glastonbury.
So there's that. But I was really intrigued to know about sustainability because I haven't had an indie artist on, and I was really intrigued by that and the legalities of that, of copywriting your music to get onto Spotify. Like I know something about it, but I was just wondering if that has challenged your way as a musician because you're a one-man machine, technically. And the second thing was, I learned this about reading about Selena Gomez, that she's a mid-tempo girl.
I love Selena Gomez.
She's like, she knows her lane now.
Yeah.
She knows that she's the pop girlies for the girlies and the gays.
Yeah, she
and
is.
She's like, it's a mid-tempo. That's her lane. Yeah. So I was intrigued to know, because listening to a lot of your vocals and a lot of the lyricism in your songs,
the tempos change.
And that goes back to, I think, one of the things that my music teacher taught, that Indian music or Indian folk music or South Asian music in general has such a unparalleled status of Western music.
Yeah.
Like even the pentatonics of like how one person does a riff is not comparable to how Western commercial mainstream music is set. So therefore, to code it into a radio format or into that is sometimes off-putting.
Yeah.
So I was just intrigued to know that technically, have you learned something about your songwriting or your music process that you have been like, okay, this is my wheelhouse, and this is, for lack of a better word, my USP?
Well, my USP, my friend actually said this, I do this in all my like best songs, where I always start really like soft. Then the second verse is always a big build.
And your
like,
bridges.
And it always goes also, so I'll sing like, for example, I'm like,
sing my favourite song.
Which one's your favourite one?
Should Have Loved Me.
Oh, that's your favourite. Oh, because you haven't heard the other ones. That's actually...
No, I've heard the whole fucking 11 songs.
Well, you've heard all my SoundCloud?
Yes.
And you picked Should Have Loved Me?
I was
going to take that down from... Oh, that's so nice.
Piss off!
I was going to take that off. I was going to take that down.
Piss off!
Oh my God, I actually wrote You Should Have Loved Me for Eurovision.
I just like Should Have Loved Me.
It's quite a nice one.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I think it's simple.
Okay, it's very simple.
It hits the bone.
It does. It says
sometimes things don't need to be fucking complicated. They just need to say what they need to say.
It's a really good like road trip song.
Yes, it is.
But also,
it's a very good film song as well, which is what you want to do.
I think that's where I want to sit. I want to get back to the music question. I think that's what I would want to do, is write music for film.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to do that. But yeah, all my songs always start with like, it's always quite soft and everything, and then it's always like, it's like that part. Sorry, just deafen everyone over there.
It's okay.
It like sits in like pain. I call it on my mix.
Yeah.
It's like very like a lot of pop people like Chaperone sits in their mix. It's like I'm about to like crack, but I'm not gonna crack.
Yeah.
And then I always go one big belt at the end. It happens in all my songs. That's my favourite ones.
Yeah.
And then it always.
That's your Mariah moment.
It's my Mariah moment, and it always goes really soft at the end. Like kind of always like punk trickles off. That's my thing. And also like I always do a bit of a growl mix. I do in every song. Also, everything has always got a bit of a minor cadence to it.
Yeah.
Like developing is like, it's a bit of an it's like always like a bit of an out-of-tune piano. Or like there's always something a bit twangy that's...
And you engineer all of the things, right? Like you play the keys.
No, I don't. Well, I play keys very roughly.
Yeah.
But I don't play properly. Like the way I write is like I can feel music. So I'm like, yeah, okay, that feels right. And I'll remember the really basic keys.
And then you go into the studio
and get to the studio and I'm like, here, play with this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fascinating. And the first part?
Pardon?
First part of the question, which I'm going to leave you to remember.
What was the first part of the question?
You can do it.
You said what is my thing that I do? Oh, sustainability. How do I sustain it? And then, well, I didn't, did I? It was unsustainable. I couldn't hack it. I couldn't.
But you are right now. Like your music's available on Spotify, which is not cheap to put.
It's free.
It's not.
Yeah.
Who's your domain? Because you need to pay for licensing, otherwise.
No, I don't pay for it. You upload it on like music. Where I don't know what the website's called. There's a website. You upload it there, and they distribute. I think it's like £10 a year or something.
It was like 120 because I was going to put some poetry stuff on there.
Oh, well, I'm not paying that. Well, I don't think I'm paying that.
No.
I'll find out soon enough. Yeah, those songs I pay like £10 to put them out, and I'm pretty sure that's like £10 for the whole year.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but that's what I think I'm paying.
£10 maybe a song.
I hope not. I'll check it out. If not, I'm taking them all down. You can only listen to them.
No, don't take your Shoulda Love Me. I like that.
You can listen to it on my SoundCloud.
Why on SoundCloud?
Because that's where all the cool
kids
kids
are. But Spotify is also like the accessible platform.
I know, but if I'm not paying £10 per song.
Have you got a music video for it?
For Should Love Me?
Yeah.
No, I've got a really for.
You got one for Beautiful.
Yeah, that was my only one. I've got one for Land of Little Rain. That's my favourite.
Okay.
I've got a really cool idea for that. So if you know any videographers that want to give it for free, let me know.
Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of the episode, and I hope you enjoyed that. I will put the information about the artist as well as anything else mentioned in the episode in the description, so make sure to check that out. This is a two-parted episode. This was part 1, so make sure to keep an eye out for part 2, which will be coming out soon. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe, and do all of those delicious things. But I will leave you as I always do, which is breathe in, breathe out. Which means now I must go. That is copyrighted and I will sue. Until next time, stay curious.